Oh. Nope, mine said connection timeout.
I know it says that, but we're streaming now.
Okay. I'm not seeing that.
I'm watching our stream.
You are?
Mm-hmm. Look in the top left corner of your Zoom.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. But is it going to do that thing where it's going to start talking and I'll start hearing us in the background?
Well, I'm watching it. I muted it already.
How did you mute it?
YouTube? You just hit the speaker button in the...
No, doi. On my computer, though. That's what happened last time. Anyway, this is too boring. I won't. Okay, glad it worked.
Well, just to let you feel good about the beginning part of our stream here, I asked for a suggestion in the chat and we got one suggestion. Disappointment. We're a real disappointment.
So far, the show fucking sucks. You know, it was pretty exciting about the Get Your Reps class that I just taught.
What?
Jenna was there.
Oh, nice.
Stella, and Tony. Did you ever get to work with Tony? He took class with Jenna. It was Jenna, Tony. They went through all this together.
Yeah. Yep, I remember Tony. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's now living in upstate New York, but he's here now. So it was. That's the great thing. We get to work with people that we don't get to see all the time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really lovely.
Well, were they? Let's talk about what really matters. Were they any good at improv?
They were amazing. Boom.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. We had a real fun show. We had a real fun time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Hillary says her disappointment is about her. She got bad news today. Sorry, Hillary.
Sorry, Hillary. Oh yeah, Kristen, you know Tony.
Hope everything's okay, Hillary. I had fun with you in my reps class last night.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, I hope it's okay. There are different levels of disappointment in these days.
That's true.
I'm moisturizing my hands. What was the highlight of your day, Scott?
Amelia was really funny. Tonight, Amelia was really getting into being funny. So we were eating dinner and I was talking about this series of memes that I saw on the internet about people posting something and being like, now that there's so many less humans out there, like nature's returning to normal, right? But people will post it with like a picture of like a cow by the ocean and they'll be like, the cows are finally returning to the sea. Just things that don't make sense. And then Amelia was trying to make that same joke. So she got pretty good. She was like, it would be like if you were like, the trees are walking again. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm so proud you taught her game. Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And then she was like, the houses are talking again. I was like, okay, yeah.
But okay, maybe too early to critique her work. I feel like she may have learned some of that from Auntie Pam.
You think so?
Yeah. Well,
like the part where it goes wrong?
The part where it's a stupid joke and she thinks it's a great joke. Yeah. That part. Or maybe the part where Mr. Crackers comes in.
It was very cute. And I also I went shopping today and I wore a mask.
You wore a mask? Where did you get a mask? Where did you get a mask?
Is this
Mr. Crackers, everybody. Yeah, it's an intense thing. Where'd you get a mask? Did you guys make it?
I found a piece of fabric and I tied it around my face like a old Western bandit.
Nice. Okay, that works.
The fabric I had was all colorful produce, so it was fitting to go shopping with.
From Whole Foods, from your Whole Foods days?
I did. No, it's not from home. I'm not sure where we got it from. Rachel had it somewhere, but the shopping experience was really nice. I had to wait outside for a while they're managing the capacity of the store, but like all the employees seem pretty happy. And
you were at Whole Foods?
Yeah, the experience was good. It was a good experience.
Well, there's somebody got sick there. A worker is sick. Yeah, everywhere, I guess.
Yep.
My husband went last week and found it incredibly stressful. Not to Whole Foods, but to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I get a little more stressed in smaller stores. Like, because we're very, very close to River Valley Market, which is a great store, but the aisles are so small, you can't pass anybody without being way too close to them. Whole Foods is much larger, the aisles are much wider, and they're managing capacity in an amount that makes sense because I didn't have to be close to anyone the whole time.
It takes a really long time to get through Whole Foods, but okay, yeah, cool. I have a little mask. This is I don't feel proud about admitting this, but I have a little mask envy. We don't sew in my house.
People have really cool masks. Some people have the one that looks like a ninja mask and like.
God, yeah. And I hear Julie Wagner's making some with these like cool nose pieces in them, and they're beautiful fabrics and they're pleated. I asked my daughter to make it. They're fine. I also have my ears don't work with some masks, so it's been complicated.
Well, my glasses were fogging up. My mother-in-law Sandy is making masks and she's sending some to us.
Oh, that's nice.
I requested a mask with a wolf posing majestically in front of a double rainbow. I don't know if she's gonna be able to do that for me or not.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take the cast off. Yeah. And I feel bad. Like, make me a mask. It's like, no, take a mask and donate it to an essential worker or somebody who really needs it. But yeah. Also, I'm just wearing an old T-shirt.
Well, I think today is the day that Northampton started requiring masks out in public, and so I'm imagining all the other towns will follow suit shortly.
Oh, I thought Massachusetts was required to do it already.
Maybe. I had only heard Northampton.
Okay.
But I did see only one person at Whole Foods today who was not wearing a mask. Everybody else was wearing them.
Yeah, I would wear one. I don't go out, so that's helpful too. Do you wear a mask when you go hiking?
I think it's only when you're going to be around other people.
Sometimes you pass other people on the trail.
That's true.
Maybe
I don't know. I wouldn't want to get out of breath in a mask. It's sort of uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. But I often, like, I've done hiking with people I don't know. Did you see Hillary's husband at Whole Foods?
I'm not sure I know what he looks like. So maybe I passed him.
Okay. I guess we should improvise. Nobody else is going to show up. It looks like it's 11 after.
What should we do?
Can we make a thing? I don't know. Unless you have or we can do dubbing or do a podcast. We could do a podcast, an improvised podcast. We've never done that before.
That's true.
A translation for those of you who don't speak Scott. No.
No, let's do it.
What? Really? Sure.
Really?
Only if you want to. We're seriously, you should have fun too.
I want to have fun. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's talk it. We've never done this before, so we got to talk out the structure a little bit. So one of us is the interviewer, the other is the expert. Of course, the audience is going to tell us. I turn this way because that's where I see my YouTube chat. The audience will tell us what the area of expertise is.
So here are some suggestions we got, Pam, and you can pick. Disappointment, barbershop, amusement park, the amoebas are happily chirping in the moss.
Wow.
Puppet master.
What?
I think those are all the suggestions.
Oh, but then Kristen also wants to know what accent Mr. Crackers has. Mr. Crackers has a roving accent. It is very strange. It changes all the time because he's Mr. Crackers. He's funny.
It's the accent of disappointment.
The accent of disappointment. It's the amoeba accent. Okay.
Okay. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of The Barbershop. Welcome back to The Barbershop. Of course, I'm your host, Guy Manning, here to talk about the latest barbershop styles, both inside and outside the home during these times of social isolation. Just remember, just because you're not out there doesn't mean you can't have great hair, as I always say. And of course, I'm not alone. I always have a special guest. Very happy to welcome back to the show for the 5th time on The Barbershop. Please give a warm barbershop welcome to Mrs. Jazz Hands herself, Sarah.
I'm so bad. I'm so excited to be back in the barber shop. Thank you for having me,
Oh
guys.
my God, Sarah, my pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us again. Let's start off with, of course, the same question that we ask every week. Sarah, what is your barbershop style of the week?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. So, my barbershop style of the week is the Puppet Master. Are you familiar,
Oh,
Guy? Are you familiar with the Puppet Master?
oh, but of course, I'm in the business. I need to know these things.
All
But
right.
for all of those of you out there who are uninitiated, the puppet master essentially thinks of your hair as two different tiers. There's the master tier above, and then the puppet tier below. And the idea is to leave certain strands of hair connecting the two so that it looks as if the top of your hair is controlling the bottom of your hair. Sarah, what brought you to the puppet master style this week?
Well, Guy, thanks for asking. Well, I love it. I love the challenge of it. I love that you can have some communication between the top and the bottom of your hair. And there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on with the Puppet Master that's not obvious to the eye. So I love also that the initiated, those that listen to your podcast, uh, get it, right? You know, when you see somebody and you're like, oh, you have a puppet master, you know, but other people don't understand it. So I love that you could tell, the cool people.
And it's one of those styles that is just one step ahead of what is socially accepted and known
Very
about.
fashion forward. Very
Right,
fashion.
and we've been seeing for years now the trending of hair with a strong separation, an abrupt division between separate chunks of your hair, and of course this one just takes it to the next level, and it's probably something that's going to be very commonplace in elementary schools within the next 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's probably like if you followed its heritage.
Sarah, wow, nice.
That's why I'm back for a fifth time, folks. So, anyways, if you follow its heritage, you could take it right back to the mullet, right? The original separation of hair, right? Party in the front, no, business in the front, party in the back. Silly me.
And Sarah, our listeners might not know that you have a strong history with the mullet. Of course, coming from your early childhood. You want to get a little? Should we get personal first?
Oh,
This is the part of the show where we get personal.
are we going there, Guy? We're going there, Guy.
Let's do it, Sarah.
Okay. All right, fine. Yeah. Yeah. I had a mullet. I had a mullet. I was in fourth grade. I was moving from my mom cut my hair not well, and I'm really traumatized about it. So this is triggering me a bit. So I had a bowl cut. Did not love it. So I took care of my own hair, but of course I couldn't see the back. So I had a sweet Dorothy Hamill or sort of short thing going in the front. I couldn't see the back. And you know, when you're in fourth grade, it's like the back doesn't even exist. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. So I guess I kind of invented the mullet.
It's incredible.
But yeah. There are no pictures of me out there from that era. You will not find one because it is really embarrassing.
And you also paid that private investigator $300,000 to delete all presence of it from the internet. Isn't that true?
Yes, that is absolutely true. Thanks for bringing it up, Guy. Yes, there are private investigators online, private investigators who will go and Google it and delete them all. Yes. So, Guy, may I ask you a question? If I might turn the tables a bit?
Oh, of course, Sarah. Of course.
Tell me about your most embarrassing haircut.
My most embarrassing haircut. It's a great question, Sarah.
Thank you.
It has less to do with the hair on my head and more to do with the head under my hair. You see, when I was in third grade, I shaved my head. We were calling it the buzz cut back then, and I was very excited to give it a try. Turns out my head is very strangely shaped.
I wasn't going to
Craters,
say anything.
lumps, valleys, all sorts of irregularities there, which is
In the business, we call that an oatmeal head.
That's right.
Lumpy and bumpy.
I had a real steel cut head.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. Still do, in fact, still do. And when I when I get my own hair cut now, I actually bring in a topographical map of my skull so that the barber will know exactly what kind of landscape they're working with.
Right, because you can't just go with a number 3. Some sections have to be a number 3, number 2, number 1.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't realize you had like such an issue with your head.
Yeah, it's a real issue. It took me years to get over. It understandably set me on the path that I am on now, where I can now call myself the world's foremost expert on trendy do's.
Oh, so necessity is the mother of invention. Awesome.
That's right.
Do you think that's a brain thing, Guy?
Whoa, never thought about that.
Do you think it could be that your brain is actually coming out of your head? I don't want to worry you or anything, but we can't be too careful.
You said coming out of my head?
Yeah, the lumps are your brain coming out of your head trying to escape or something.
Like it's too big to fit in a normal.
You think my cup is big enough? It's so big.
Sarah, are you drinking the water that barbers keep their combs in?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. In my shop, we have red.
That is incredible. Okay, it's time for everyone's favorite segment, new haircuts in the news. Woo, 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 woo. Sarah, what haircut did you spot in the news this week?
Oh, thank you for asking. Yeah, so there have been some great haircuts in the news and online a lot because everybody's just kind of like, rolled out of bed, sticking my hair up. But the one I like the best, I'm not going to say I like this person, but this haircut really inspired me, was Boris Johnson's post-hospital hairdo.
I was hoping you were going to say it, Sarah, because I was looking at it and thinking that is an incredible version of the old mod, and I'm just glad you caught that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, Guy, are you still doing taking calls or questions from your audience or anything?
I am, of course. Yes, I'll be taking a question from our listeners in just a moment. But let me take this time to, of course, thank our sponsor at the barbershop, Harry's Razors. Harry's Razors, just a couple of guys making affordable razors that you can use at home. There's a straight razor, there's a curvy razor, there's a serrated razor, there's a sandpaper razor. Of course, they have clipper heads all the way from 0 up to 73. That's Harry's Razors. And if you go to harrysrazors.com and type in the special code barbershop, you will get 5% off your first order. That basically covers shipping and handling.
Oh, hey, Guy, I know I've been here a lot. So would you mind if I do the copy for the next one?
Oh, Sarah, please be my guest.
Thank you. All right. This one, hipsters, clipsters, does your handlebar mustache fly astray? You just need to get yourself a hipster clipster. Clips the handlebar mustache, comes complete with a month's supply of wax. Go to www.hipsterclipster.com and, of course, use the code barbershop to save 10% on your first order. Hipster Clipster. They give you a different, I've seen this actually, Guy, and they give you a different clip every month. They send you a different clip. So your mustache, for if you're a hipster, gets a little different every month.
And of course, thank you to our third sponsor, everyone's favorite, The Head Shed. First go-to place for all tools, accoutrement for your head. You're not hair if you're not there. That's The Head Shed.
I love it.
You want to do the next one, Sarah? You allow the next sponsor?
Oh, you want me to do one more? Sure, I'll do one more. This one is for baby hair. Are you jealous of your baby's head? Do you wish you had hair as soft as a baby? You can with this new shampoo. Baby hair. Make your hair baby soft. Your girlfriend or boyfriend will say, hey, baby, what's going on? Baby hair. Babyhair.com. Put in the code barbershop to save 25% on your first order of baby hair. And it comes with a free conditioner as well.
All right. First question from our listeners. What should someone do when the barber says, oops?
Oh, yeah. We try not to do that, right, Guy? We don't.
It's, to be honest, it's one of my favorite moments. Within every problem, there is an opportunity. So within that oops, you may have just discovered the world's most cutting edge style, as long as you have the confidence to push forward with that monstrosity on your head.
Cutting edge. You know what I did once early in the days? I try not to say oops anymore, but I did by mistake say oops. And it was back in the 80s and I was like, oops, or 90s, whatever. And I was like, oops, there it is. And then that's how that hairstyle was created.
And also how that song was written.
Yes, it was because I was cutting the hair of the person who wrote oops, there it is.
You mean whoop, there it is?
Yeah, just like that. Well, no, it's the Weird Al Yankovic. I was cutting Weird Al Yankovic's hair, and it was whoops, there it is.
Ah, incredible.
Yeah.
And then our second question from the live studio audience. How are you serving your customers during the quarantine? Well, is it, let's see, Hillary, you're looking at it. You are looking at it. We are spreading the style, spreading the news, keeping people positive and keeping people in style. Sarah?
I've also made this suit that I'm trying out because I'm just dying. I haven't had my poor spouse is just like, get away from me, because I just keep coming after them with the clippers. I need to get my hands in some hair. So I am devising this outfit. I don't know if you remember this show. You probably don't, Guy. You're kind of young, but The Boy in the Bubble, starring John Travolta, it was very popular in the 1970s. This is about a boy who only lived in a bubble, and you could put your hands in there to interact with him. Great movie. I recommend you watching it. Watch it. It's hilarious. But anyways, based on a true story, I am making myself a hair cutting bubble so I don't have to come into contact. So it has oxygen. It's actually solar powered, so it doesn't use any. We do it outside, of course, and it doesn't use any, and it cleans the air, and it has a HEPA filter right on there. And I'm able to go ahead and clip. And the hands are the left hand is a comb, the right hand are several different kind of clippers.
So it's like the Homer Simpson working at the reactor kind of setup.
Right, exactly. So it's super cool. I should tell you, I totally should admit that I had a little issue with the first model. Slipped, clipped, so like that wasn't very safe. I wasn't around anybody. It was just a beta test, but yeah. So I know I need to be real careful with the clippers. Cool.
Last question here. Last question. My barber said my haircut was going to be half off, but she took most of my hair off. Can I sue her?
Can I sue her? Oh my God. Only if her name is Sue.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, we don't believe in legal action resulting from haircuts. Barbers, of course, are artists. It is not their job to tell you what their art means. It's their job to ask questions and evoke emotion. So if you're feeling the need for litigation, I'd say that was a successful haircut. It really created an emotion inside of you.
I agree 100%, Guy, 100%. Yeah, there should be no legal yeah, and I used to live in Papua New Guinea. It's against the law to sue. If there's actually a law that makes it against the law to sue your hairdresser in Papua New Guinea.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Be sure, everybody, to tune in next week. Our special guests will be all of the saleswomen from the 3 a.m. block on QVC. That's the Home and Country channel, and the Mystique channel.
We'll be talking about show.
Their hairstyles as they are pitching just amazing products in the middle of the night. Over there.
There's like Long Island all over the place. I love them. I love those guys. They're so hilarious.
They have an incredible, they have their finger right on the pulse of the style of what they're going for.
Guy, can I ask what a girl's got to do to be invited back for a sixth time?
Sarah. I mean, not to split hairs, but you're welcome here anytime. Anytime at all. Anytime that I don't have other guests.
Okay. All right. I don't want to get you in a tangle.
It was so wonderful to have you here, Sarah. Thank you again for joining me. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Harry
Thanks for
Razors.
coming.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you to our
Sorry, that was a total brush off.
our 4 sponsors, Harry's Razors.
What's the other one, Guy?
What was the one that you had the copy for?
Well, Hipsters Clipsters.
Hipsters Clipsters. We had the head shed, and of course the baby one.
The baby hair.
Baby hair. That's right. I always forget the name because it's not clever. It's just baby hair. It's just.
Well, it is what it is. Yeah.
It is what it is. Of course. Yeah.
What's better than baby hair?
Well, this is the Barbershop podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, Radio Head, and anywhere else.
That like button.
But yes, snip it. snip that like button. And we're gonna have to cut it short for today. Thank you all. Stay safe, and more importantly, stay fashionable.
Still haven't found out how to edit. And scene. Did you see yesterday in my show with Kate? I was like this.
You're like, that was an edit.
But maybe this is an edit. That's a sweet edit.
That was fun. Thanks for podcasting with me, Pam.
See, it didn't turn out so badly. We had some nice interaction. Thank you so much, Hillary, Jeff, Usarian91.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. We're here 6 nights a week, every night except for Sunday, doing different stuff with different people. Actually, tomorrow night, Pam and Maddie and I are doing something we thought about for a long time doing at the theater, and now that we're stuck at home, it's actually kind of more responsible. It's called
because 420 is coming up, so it's perfect.
Drunk, Stoned, Sober. We will be improvising, the 3 of us. One of us will be. What?
I thought it was called Drunk High Stober.
Stober? One of us will be drunk, one of us will be high, and one of us will be sober, but we won't tell you which is which, and maybe you won't be able to tell.
Maybe you won't. So you and I are both playing that. We know who's going to be what.
We haven't decided yet totally, but we will decide ahead of time because we need some time to prepare. So that's tomorrow night at 8:00. Join us then, and Saturday night at 8:00. HVC QVC will be here, the Mystique channel and the Home and Country channel, which is always fun.
So we play HVC, we play QVC salespeople who are stuck at home during quarantine and forced to sell shit from our house.
At 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m.
Except it'll be at the 8 p.m. show. If you want to keep up with everything we're doing, you can subscribe. If you want to see some of the classes and different things that we're offering during this time, you can go check it all out at happiervalley.com. We have a GoFundMe that's about $200 short of its goal. So if you want to throw a few bucks there, if you enjoyed tonight, we would so enjoy that. The link is right on happiervalley.com. If you want.
Also, I'm going to put it in the YouTube, but last time I did it,
Pam's going to put it in the YouTube.
Am I gonna put it in the YouTube? Did it work? I don't know, but
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah, let's go home.
We'll see you all tomorrow night.
Bye.
Is that how you edit?
That's how I edit.